Are we live?
Maybe.
Are we too early?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Hey everybody. I don't know if you can see us. I accidentally just hit the button a little bit too early.
We can put it right here.
But I think we'll just go for it because it says we're live. So
Sweet.
why not? I don't know if anybody is even there watching. We're supposed to be a few minutes from now. But it's cool.
Yeah.
So
How did you guys like the live? Or the premiere? Wait, I need to stop this. Yeah, did you guys like the premiere? I think it's really fun.
I think
to
it's
watch
really
together.
fun because it's kind of like a hybrid between a normal video
Yeah.
and a live stream that we can watch the video and then comment together. And I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool concept. I think it's an awesome video. It was really fun racing with Colin, and their whole crew is so much fun.
I know.
And we can't wait to see you, show you the part 2.
I know.
Where we actually
Tune in
reveal
next week.
the winner. So tune in next week. Sorry for the cliffhanger, but you know how it is. So that's cool.
Yeah,
and
that's really nice.
that was good. What have we been up to, Kaz?
Should I close this window a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a bit windy.
There's a little bit of wind coming in.
Yeah,
It's a windy
I'm
day
just
here.
gonna put it
Kaz is
right
going to
here.
close the window. Stand by.
Yeah.
So what have we been up to? We are in French Polynesia. Since you saw the video, we've sailed from the Tuamotus to the Society Islands. So right now we're anchored in a little place called Moorea, which is about 10 miles away from Tahiti, if you've heard of Tahiti, which hopefully you have. It's an amazing spot. It's beautiful. It's got so much to offer. Should we show a view of outside?
Yeah,
Gotta
we
show the
could.
anchors.
Yeah.
We're going to take you outside. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay. This is the tour. I've been doing some foiling and stuff, so the cockpit's a little bit of a mess. I'm practicing. But this is where we've been living. This is, let's see. That's the island of Moorea. I know the wind noise is probably going to destroy us, but bear with it. It's beautiful. There's a lot of hiking there. Big mountain. There's a beach. We can go play with Sierra there. You can see the bottom. The water clarity is out of this world. Let's see. There's my kite. There's the reef. There's diving over there. There's whales out there. Those are whale boats. And yeah, it's just a really chill, peaceful spot.
Yeah. Yeah, we really like it here. It's
What's your favorite thing?
What's my favorite thing? My favorite thing is that it has like a little bit of everything. It has hiking really close by. It has diving really close by. It has like food, a store that you can dinghy to, which is like absolutely amazing after being like in the Marquesas and being in the Tuamotus and stuff where they didn't really have anything. So yeah, it's just been super, super cool. I think.
Oh, we sideways. Sorry, I'm the worst at holding the phone. Kaz normally holds the phone.
And the anchorage is really good, and we have a beach like right here, and Sierra has some friends that she's playing with, and yeah, it's just good. It's just a very nice.
It's like
spot.
that part in the season because we got back to Delos in February, and so we've pretty much been on the go for 6-7 months now.
Yeah.
No, we got back in December, January. It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
And so we're taking a little mid-season kind of break here just to chill and work and play and relax and hike and just a good place.
It's been really cool. So we go in.
Yeah, we're gonna go back downstairs. And the internet's been working good. We got the Starlink, so hopefully the quality is okay and it's coming through just fine for you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back inside now. For a random little tour of the anchorage.
Yeah. No, but it's a really nice spot, and I think for us, like, I guess how far behind is the video then? Like 2, 3,
6 weeks, 7 weeks or something?
Yeah, something like that. So
we've never been closer, actually.
that's amazing. Yeah. But yeah, it's really fun to do these lives like after the premiere. We haven't really done that before, so it was a little bit like we weren't sure how it was gonna work, but I think it works great.
Except I hit the button too soon.
That's okay.
Whatever.
We also saw like so many people tune into the premiere. It's really cool to see like all the countries and just like the diversity.
It's amazing, all over the world.
It was,
so many cool
blew
people.
me away so much, and all the lovely comments. It means a lot. So thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you for your support and watching. And we do have a few questions.
Yeah.
We're going to start out with some questions from our patrons. So super thank you to our patrons for supporting us for so long.
Yeah.
You know, without you guys, this just we would have stopped a long time ago. We just wouldn't be able to continue. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much.
Yeah.
This question is kind of an interesting one. It's from a guy named Brian S. And he says, hey guys, I noticed that your intro disappeared. What happened to the intro and how come you no longer use your intro song?
Yeah.
That's an interesting one, and I wish I had a straightforward answer, but the reality of the situation is that it came down to a huge number of, unfortunately, copyright claims. We have used that song since, when was it? Ramakanji, and I love the song. It's such a good tune and vibe since the beginning, right? And when Brady was down, when he did his super yacht adventures, he was actually down there and he met up with their production team and he got a contract signed and everything. It turns out, unfortunately, in the world of YouTube, that actually doesn't mean a whole lot. Even yesterday, I got 30 more copyright claims, and basically what people will do is they will register that as their song, or the producer will sell the rights to the song, and then they go on YouTube and they file a copyright claim. And when that happens, they just assume that you're basically guilty until proven innocent. And then I send the contract and everything through to these people who claim the song, and sometimes they say, okay, we agree, this is a legitimate contract, and sometimes they say, no, it's not. And when that happens, they basically take all the money, not just for like the 20 seconds of the song that's playing, but for the entire video becomes demonetized. And so that's kind of the unfortunate story there. And so we were just sort of forced to stop using it, which is a shame. Maybe we can find a way to remedy that at some point. But that's why it's important to support us on Patreon if you can, because it's kind of a hard path out here anyway. Anyways,
Here
okay.
are some other. I need
We
to
got
go
some
and
other
get Sierra.
questions.
Maybe you can use.
I'll start with the questions.
And Sierra just woke up.
Yeah, we're gonna go get Sierra. So, see how she's doing. Okay, so here's another question from Tim S. He says, hi guys, one of the things that I'd like to know is how the mooring and anchoring situation has been for you in French Polynesia. He's headed here himself next year, and he heard lots of mixed stories that it's becoming more limited. It would be really awesome if you could let us know. So yeah, it has changed here. You know, I was here in 2010, so when was that? 13 years ago, and a lot is exactly the same. The people are still super friendly. The islands are still beautiful. It's still a pristine environment. The water is amazing. But things are changing as far as, like, we haven't been to Bora Bora yet, but we've heard from people that you can no longer anchor there. You have to go to a mooring. The mooring's about $35 to $40 a night, which is, I guess that's what you might pay in the Caribbean in some places. I don't know. But they do give you a mooring that's supposedly maintained, and they take your trash. So there are a little bit of services there, so that's good. Here in Moorea, there's a few places where you're not allowed to anchor, but for the most part, you can anchor. Some anchorages are restricted. But probably the best way is, if you get here, there's a Facebook group called French Polynesia Cruisers. You can search on that and join it, and that has all the information that you could ever want as far as anchoring. You can ask questions on there, so I would probably recommend that. David Marinette, for us dronies, do you want to come say hi, Sierra?
Yeah.
Okay, come and say hi.
Please come.
Good morning. Sierra just woke up. She had a really good night's sleep. We're live, Sierra.
Yeah, people are watching right there.
They're watching you on the internet right now. Did you have any dreams last night?
Yeah.
What did you dream about? That's okay. You haven't had your morning coffee yet?
Mommy, Daddy.
You
Did you
dreamt
dream
about
about
your
us?
parents?
Aw,
Okay.
that's
So we were just talking about the drone regulations.
Oh, okay.
It's all over the
Yeah.
place. So
Yeah.
some places you need to have a permit or a license. Some places you don't. So there's some places around French Polynesia, like we just heard, that they don't let you fly in Bora Bora. Although here in Moorea, the next island
fine.
over, it's completely fine. So
Yeah.
It's just all over the show. You
Yeah.
got to check. I mean, they're usually everywhere we've gone. Recently, there is a local group, typically on Facebook. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Facebook, but it's good for that sort of thing. You can join up and you can ask questions, and it's like such local and specific information, but there's always, it seems, somebody that knows the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So Scott Wise, hey Scott. On another channel, I saw these foldable panels, one set goes on the starboard side and the other side goes on the port side. They're meant to stop or decrease the rolling of a monohull when on anchor. I wonder if you heard of them. I don't remember the name or what they're called. I believe the brand name is called Flopper Stoppers, and they're basically two panels. You hold off the side, and the idea is to limit the roll.
We could do them from the poles, but we
could.
don't
I
have
don't
any.
know. I've never tried it.
We should though, because we
should.
hate rolling.
I hate
so
rolling more than anything.
It would be probably
I hate,
pretty
hate,
good
hate rolling.
thing to do. But we don't have any
No.
flopper stoppers.
Yeah, but that's what they're called, Flopper Stoppers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vera Tetlow asked, in the Tuamotu Islands, you've met other boaters and divers. Did you get to meet the Sea Legacy team, Paul, Nicklin, and Christina? I think the boat was there when you were, but unsure if yes, did you get to talk and dive with them? It's funny, we've actually met Paul and Christina
a few
times. Last time was back in the Caribbean. There's actually a picture of them up here on the wall drinking moonshine with us. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that. Where is it? This one, right? So on my finger, right there. There they are, on the boat. But super nice and super talented people.
Yeah.
We chatted with them a little bit. They had a bunch of guests on board, so we didn't really get to hang out a little bit, but we said hello.
Yeah.
And they're
Super
very
nice people.
They're actually here now as well.
Yeah, like just in the bay over, but I think too they're like super busy when they're here, so I don't want to take up their time too much.
Let's see, Clive Edmondson. A while back in the early 70s, some friends of mine were on a trip with Durban to the Seychelles. They had their boat stripped of all their navigational and radio equipment while moored in Dar es Salaam. They had no choice but to fly back to Durban. Have you ever had any similar experience? So we've been boarded 3 times.
Yeah.
Once,
we have made videos from that too.
Yeah.
There's some pretty
once in
good
the
ones.
Solomon Islands, once in Madagascar, once in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Each time is relatively minor. Probably the most interesting one was the video where in Madagascar. So if you search like SV Delos, somebody, or dinghy thief, or what was the name of it? Something like that. It should come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a reality if you travel around the world. I think for us having it being, boarded 3 times over the number of years we've been out here, I think when I lived in Seattle, my office and my car were broken into like way more times in a less amount of time. So just to put it into perspective. Okay, can you get on your messages and see what questions are coming in?
Are sending in?
Yeah, so just a little update for those of you just joined. We are currently in the island of Moorea in French Polynesia, about 10 miles from Tahiti. And we've been here a few weeks now.
Yeah.
And just
It's
enjoying,
great.
loving life.
It's such a beautiful spot. It's early morning here though. Well, not that early, but...
Yeah, it is almost 9.
Yeah.
We're 6 hours behind East Coast time in the U.S.
Sierra's woke up, and we're just going through a few questions that are coming.
Okay. So how does diving in French Polynesia compare to the Red Sea? I haven't actually dove the Red Sea.
I
You
haven't
dove
either.
the Red Sea.
No. I've heard it's good though.
So I can tell you what diving is like here.
Amazing.
It's amazing. I mean,
so good.
there's a turtle dive here. That's like on any given day you can go down there and you can swim with maybe about 15 turtles.
No,
and
it's so cool.
they're amazing. They're very cool. There's whales out there, although we really don't scuba with the whales. It's mostly on snorkel.
But the diving in like the Tuamotus,
like in the Tuamotus with the sharks and
those
the
videos
grouper,
are gonna come in pretty soon.
They're gonna
too.
start dropping real soon, so
Yeah,
you guys
it's
will get to see
amazing.
firsthand what diving is like. But it is out of this
So
world.
good. Really excited about it.
Yeah,
All the time.
good stuff.
All
right, next up, do you have a special place on Delos for your alone time?
Oh.
That's more of a Kaza question.
Not really. I mean, it's very hard to get alone time with the baby on a boat, to be honest. But it's not really like a special place, though. You just take whatever you can get, basically.
I usually wait for everybody to go to bed, and then I sit out here and I watch
Yeah.
like shows and random things. That's kind of my alone time.
Yeah, and I think for me it's like when Brian takes Sierra like into the beach or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
My phone goes to sleep all the time, but I think it was one about like homeschooling Sierra. So far we're just doing like a few smaller thing. We don't have like a curriculum or anything. And yeah, we just have to see. I haven't really planned on anything specific yet, but there is a lot of good ones out there. So yeah, I think we just have to see when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Pamplemousse. Is it hot where you are? Pamplemousse is it hot where you are? Is that the name?
What?
I mean, temperature-wise? I mean,
I
the
mean,
pamplemousse is delicious.
Right
it's like,
now it's 82 degrees Fahrenheit.
yeah, so 27,
It's pretty hot.
28 Celsius?
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah.
So it's nice.
And
And the pamplemousse is amazing.
the pamplemousse
so
is
good.
the
It's like
pamplemousse
a,
is like the local grapefruit.
yeah,
but
it's like
a
a
little bit more
nice
sweet.
grapefruit, and it's sweeter, and it's so amazing.
Yeah.
So we've been eating a lot of that for sure, but it's not hot necessarily.
How's the sleep, fresh food, stand well deal going? Well, I've been sleeping very well.
Yeah.
I sleep great out here. It's calm.
Yeah, I mean,
the
this
boat's not rolling.
Anchorage,
The
yeah.
temperature, it's the height of winter time, so the temperature is dropping down into the high 70s at night, and it's mid 80s during the day. So
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Fresh food. I mean, the food is great here because we're next to Tahiti, and they grow a lot of stuff, so we can actually get fresh veggies, tomatoes, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
the food situation in like the tomatoes and like even in the Marquesas, it was a little bit tricky with certain things that you couldn't really get. Like it's really hard to get eggs, really hard to get like tomatoes there and stuff. But here it's just so amazing. So
Yeah.
we've been splurging with all the broccoli and cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
I know.
Avocados.
You can see this one. This is just like fruit and veggies. So good.
Okay, so here's another patron question. I'm wondering if you were ever tempted to consider a catamaran because of all the salon space inside. I took my first monohull trip this year in the BVA, and I liked the feel way more. Would you ever consider a cat?
No.
Yeah, I think so. It's for me. It just depends on what you want to do. And for me, like the monohull, I love the look of a monohull. I love when
the
you're
way they
out,
sail.
like how we were out sailing with Colin. Like it was so rough. So for me, like those kind of situations, being out and sailing in rough weather, I probably rather do on a monohull. But like when you're anchored,
And
a catamaran is amazing,
you do
right?
spend, I mean, if you look at our stats over the trip, we've probably spent 90%. I know we've spent 90% of our time at anchor. And so it's like, do you optimize for the 10% or the 90%, but you still
Yeah.
have to sail? The short answer is yes, definitely.
Yeah.
If we could find the right one.
Yeah.
Stay tuned on that. Anna Brachado, are you planning on having any crew on board anytime soon? Haven't even considered it.
Yeah, I think for now we're just kind of like
We're in such
chilling
a good
here.
zone.
Yeah, we're chilling here and we're just, it's like we haven't really planned on it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't really thought much past what we're doing the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Actually.
I know, right?
Paul St. Clair, would you ever consider a new boat? Yeah, I mean, we've had Delos for how long? I've had her since 2008, so it's been 15 years now.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it feels like it would be nice to start a new project on a new boat and just learn to sail another boat and just to get used to the differences and explore and have something a little bit newer where I could just have all new systems that Delos is in pretty good shape, but she is, she's 23 years old and she has a few miles on her.
Yeah. It could be fun with something in a way, like to change it up a little bit, not necessarily something new, but like just to like challenge ourselves in a different way and like push ourselves to kind of like just live in a different way, and yeah.
Yeah. Here's a question. Oh.
now
That's so
you have
funny.
to read it out.
Oh my gosh. Jordan's sending me messages. She's helping us. She's in Costa Rica right now. And the reason why it says pamplemousse in front is that was... Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I'll tell you why later.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my gosh.
Oh shit.
I'm so funny. Jordan, I'm not an idiot, I promise. Or maybe I am.
Both of us, none of us like. Oh my god. We have to tell them now.
Okay, so yeah. So
I guess, but then everybody's gonna put on.
I can't. It's fine because we already have a lot of questions in here.
Yeah, we have
So we were trying to figure out a way how that we could make sure that the patron questions get answered, and so we came up with a code word, and the code word was pamplemousse.
So they've written that like in front of the
and
comments, and we're like,
I forgot that we told Jordan that, and so I'm like, what is this pamplemousse business?
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
It's a little bit early.
Yeah.
We're a little bit slow, people. Sorry.
Question: how much money do you guys think you have spent, invested this far on everything? Wow. Like on the boat, that is a crazy question. We actually did a live stream on this with a detailed spreadsheet and a presentation when we were in Annapolis a few years ago, and it's a great video. It breaks down all of our expenses average over a 10-year period. Actually, I don't think we've really released that because you re-recorded it and then we added some more stuff and it's just sitting there. So maybe we should just release that.
Yeah, that would.
We're gonna release that video. I don't know why we haven't. Sorry. It will answer that question. Brian, did you do much diving? This is from Daryl Marinovich. Did you much diving while in Seattle? No, I did not.
It's cold in the water, isn't it?
It's dry suit diving. In fact, the first diving that I did was in where was it? In Southern California, in the kelp forest down by Monterey Bay is where I got my PADI. Which was cool because I was diving in kelp forest. But I like this kind of tropical diving. I know that you can see a lot of amazing things, but I'm a warm weather kind of boy now in the water. Anyway.
Oh, we gotta answer. We got so many questions about the Annapolis boat show this year.
Yes.
So we should definitely talk about that. So that's in like a few weeks now. No, a month and a half. No, a month. Anyways, it's in a few weeks. And this year we have decided not to go.
No, we're just gonna stay here.
Yeah,
we're in such a good place. I feel
it's quite a long travel from French Polynesia, and it's also not really a good place to put the boat here.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's like to put Delos somewhere is gonna be like safe and good. It's quite tricky.
I think the last time we have some friends here that went to the boat show last year, another YouTube channel, and they left their boat at anchor and had a friend watch them, and it's just not something that we feel like doing. So we are going to skip this year, unfortunately, but we're planning on being there next year. We'll try and be in a little bit better place to do that.
But definitely, we're gonna plan for being there next year, and it's such a shame. I'm gonna have so much FOMO.
I know.
But it's just not feasible for us this year, and so that's what it is.
When do you think we'll teach Sierra to go scuba diving?
Oh.
This is a question.
I think it's like you can start doing it when they're 9 or 12.
I thought it was 7.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe it's older.
I think it's 9 or 12.
Scuba,
It's for PADI.
Yeah, I mean she's already got her little fins, which she loves. She's got these like little fins that are so cute, and she's swimming around. She's doing really good in the water. The next thing we have to do is introduce her how to breathe out of a snorkel.
Yeah.
But for now, she like either rides on her back and she puts her head in and she looks at the fish, and it's really cool. She's seen so many amazing things.
I think also completely depends on your child, right? Like you have to just see what they're into and if she feels comfortable and if we feel comfortable. So yeah, I would take it more by that.
Ooh, some navigation questions. So just a little thing about where we are. We're in Moorea in French Polynesia.
Yeah.
About 10 miles from Tahiti. Paradise, crystal clear water, mountains, hiking, good sailing, good weather, no bugs.
Lots of friends.
Yeah. It's a good place. Some questions. Do you ever use navigation charts? Paper charts? No. I haven't used paper charts in, I don't ever think I've used it on the entire trip. I mean, I had a whole set of paper charts. Paper charts. Yeah.
We don't have
We
any.
don't have any. I mean, we have a large-scale ocean chart, and we have a sextant, so we can find our way somewhere within reason if we need to, but we don't routinely use paper charts for anything. Everything's done electronically these days. How challenging is it navigating around the coral reefs?
Challenging.
Especially in the Tuamotus where there's a lot of bommies. In the next episode, we're going to show that. They're not really charted, but the cool thing is there you can use like Google Earth or Bing overlays on top of the charts in Navionics or in OpenCPN, and that basically shows your position overlaid over like a satellite image of the Earth. So if there's no clouds in the picture, then you get a really good top-down view of the water, of the bommies, of everything else.
We'll show it in upcoming videos.
Yeah, it'll be shown in the next video. It's pretty cool though. Colin asks, can you remind me why we left in these conditions again, Colin? Because it was a race. That's why.
That's right.
And we wanted to go to the Tuamotus because we were sick of rolling our guts out in the Marquesas.
Yeah.
Patron question. My 3-year-old daughter's asking if she can be friends with Nugget.
Aw. Yes.
Yes, Sierra says yes. Next time we're around close to you. Do you want to be friends, Sierra? Yeah, she's shaking her head yes. Sierra wants to be friends. Next question. How is your 3 kilowatt Victron working with your stove? Like a dream. It works perfect. So with our added solar, which we're going to show in an upcoming video, we are pretty much like self-sustainable off the solar. I still run the generator to make water and to fill dive tanks, because that just takes an enormous amount of energy to fill dive tanks. Although we can run it off the inverter, it takes 2.6 kilowatts, and so if we're filling 2 or 3 tanks, that's 2.6 kilowatt hours, which would be about 40% of our entire solar output just to fill dive tanks.
Yeah.
So we run the generator for that. But other than that, the 3 kilowatt inverter does everything that we need for the stove. We actually leave it on 24/7 now.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Okay. Grandma Colin. I have a very important question, Brian. Have you gotten your revenge for the canned tuna? That's funny. So that's a reference to a few videos back where Colin and Hannah played that joke on me, and they put a can of tuna on the fishing rod and threw it out, and then woke me up and told me that there was a fish on. So I got my revenge by catching a real tuna and enjoying it, and they weren't here, so ha ha ha. This is an interesting question from Tom. Can you please tell the story about Moses, the albino kid? Okay, so this is back before we were making videos, actually, and Moses was an albino kid that we met in Solomon Islands, and he didn't really talk a lot, but he just wanted to kind of hang around, and he just came on the boat one day and like laid up on the front deck and like was sunbathing. He rode up in his little canoe, and we were like, okay. So we hung out with him for a couple of days. We hung out in his village, and it was just a really nice experience. We weren't really able to communicate because nobody spoke any English, but we just shared some food and some laughs, and we shared a few beers, and it was just nice. That was a long time ago. Moses, we have some funny pictures of him. Brad Southers, love keeping up with your adventures. Did having Starlink available during your crossing change anything in your daily routine?
Not really. I think it was, for us, I think it was great because we were actually able to do just just keep up with the work that we need to, like answer emails and like decide on a few things when it comes to the videos, like thumbnails and titles, and like work on those things as we were going really helped us, I feel, when we came into shore. Mm-hmm. Because usually when we're away from internet for so long, like that's our work, right? It's like based on the internet. So when we come in, we have to spend like 2 or 1
at least a week,
full week just in front of the computers, which sucks when you come into a new place and you want to like explore and have fun and all that. So
Yeah.
I feel for us it was amazing to be able to just like keep up with the work a little bit and then be able to just like explore and have fun when we arrived in the shore.
Yeah, and I found that it worked really well for me to get up in the morning, and I like to do like, I have my coffee, I have my toast, and I like to do like 1 or 2 hours of work, and then I'm pretty good for the day.
Yeah.
With the email situation, and then we can go on with like the filming and the boat and everything else we do.
Yeah.
But it really helps me to have that stuff in the morning just to get things going, and having internet to see.
But I didn't really feel like it took over.
No, people
or
weren't like nobody was on their phones all the
Not
time.
really.
Nobody was on social
No.
media. It was just like we were just hanging out, having fun, and so.
I mean, if you wanted
really
to do
nice.
a little bit of work, you could.
could.
But like, it wasn't like, I didn't feel like it really like took away from the trip or anything like that.
Colleen Balch. So you've dove the kelp forest, bucket list for me. Yeah, diving the kelp forest. We actually dove the kelp forest in South Africa as well, outside of Cape Town. That was.
But
pretty
not
cool.
like crazy kelp forest though.
No.
I would love to do that. Like when you're actually like in it, I would love
Lot in
to
Southern
do it.
California.
Yeah, have to go there.
Let's see. Are there plans to visit Europe in the future? Probably not with Delos, but we are building a house in Sweden. We shared that in the video. It's supposed to be done hopefully towards the end of this year or early next spring, Northern Hemisphere spring. And so I think we're going to be spending more and more time there. More on that to come. What are your... Okay, so this is from Jude Windler. What are each of your favorite places you visited? What's our top 5?
I would say, like, Philippines was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Madagascar.
Mm-hmm.
South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
French Polynesia is amazing.
French Polynesia.
I really like Brazil too.
So many places.
That's 6.
I know. Did she say number or no?
She said your top.
Yeah.
This is
we
from
can have 6 stops.
R. Elim. Hi guys, what's the next destination?
So I think we're gonna stay here for another few weeks, and then the hurricane season kind of starts here. So we haven't decided exactly yet, but I think we're gonna start moving up back towards the Marquesas, and maybe spend a little bit of time there, and then coming back down here again.
Yeah, one of the cool things is that because you have a Swedish passport, and Sierra has a Swedish passport, they're EU passports that were in French Polynesia, and so as an EU citizen, you get to stay automatically. Sierra gets to stay automatically, and because I'm the baby daddy husband, I can apply. Even with my U.S. passport, I can apply for a long stay visa.
Yeah, so, 1 year.
So we can see a year. So this is actually the first place in, I don't know, ever.
I think it's ever.
That me and you can actually stay in the same country together.
Isn't that wild?
For more than like 6 months. This is
the first country we were ever.
And it's in French Polynesia, so we're actually going to do it. We're going to stay here
crazy.
Through the season and just hang out and just enjoy it because it's fantastic here. It's got so much to offer, and why rush?
Crazy.
It's our second circumnavigation. We can take as long as we want. The first one was only 10 years.
Yeah. So wild.
Let's see. Frank Hampel, I was wondering if you guys ever decided to turn back from a passage you were trying to compete.
Have we? I don't feel like we really
Not a
have.
passage. We've been very good about choosing whether. We've gone out like...
We're very good, and then you're just watching this video where we're like bashing our guts out. I want to die.
We made it. We're safe.
I was like, let's just stop sailing. This is the most horrible
and then we got to
life
the Tumotas
existence
and
ever.
It fixed everything. We're like, this place is amazing.
When we got there, I was like, oh, everything is forgotten.
I remember one time we were in the Philippines and we poked our head out of a harbor and there was giant swell and it was like wind against current, standing waves, and we were like, nope. And we turned around. It was more of like a day sail. So, yeah. Joe asked, are you streaming on Starlink or cell phone? We're streaming on Starlink. How's the quality? Is it working? I don't know. Let us know in the comments because I'd be interested to know too. Yep. would you let Plucky crew? The Pluckster.
Yeah.
If we ran into Plucky at a place, like, I'd definitely have him on board. He's so much fun. He's a good
Yeah.
kiter. He's a good dude, good spear fisherman. He's actually a pretty good cook, surprisingly. So.
Surprisingly,
Well,
why?
I don't know. He's like a single, like, bachelor type dude living around. You don't know if Plucky's a good cook. Turns out he can whip up a mean fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Will you meet up again with Calico and One Life?
Well, One Life just passed through,
We did.
so
We
spent
met up with One Life.
quite a few weeks with them here, which was amazing. So much fun, and they just started sailing towards New Zealand. So we kind of said bye to them, and not sure when we will meet them next time. And Calico, I guess it depends on if they cross next year or what their plans are.
It'd be lovely to see them.
It would be so much fun. I think we'll meet them somehow. We will make it happen, but we'll see when. Miss them a lot.
So just a little update. Where you do this and where are we?
We're
In case you're just joining us.
Yeah, we're in Moorea in French Polynesia, and we're just doing this little live. We just had such a cool premiere of our latest video, and don't forget to tune in next week because that's when we reveal
the winner of the
won
race
and who's cooking dinner for everybody. And we're just chilling here for a bit. It's a beautiful spot. We're doing diving, hiking, beach day. We were at the beach for like 8 hours yesterday. I burned so bad.
I was foiling for like 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's just a really nice spot, and I feel like it's been super cool to just like land in one place for a bit. We've been moving for like 7 months straight. So for me, I started feeling that it's been really necessary to just like come here and just sit in one place for a bit and just get familiar with where I get my milk and where to
Where do you get your milk?
right over there in the store.
It's a random thing.
No, but just like
get my milk.
familiar things. Like you go into the store and you know where things are in the store. That's what I meant.
And you can pull the dinghy right up to the
which is
store,
amazing.
which is
You don't have to like hike with Sierra somewhere and carry heavy bags and stuff.
Here's a question for Kaza from Joseph Bushy. Does Kaza prefer a clean-shaved Brian or bearded Brian?
Well, I like bearded.
You like bearded Brian? But you like short bearded Brian, not long, scruffy bearded Brian. Which one is this? Like somewhere in the middle?
That's pretty short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty trimmed.
I like
just so it's not
beards.
spiky, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, he can be clean shaven too, but looks a
You
little
love me
funny.
still? I do look funny. That's okay. Everybody looks a little funny. Sailing adventure. How much solar do you have? Right now we have just over 2 kilowatts. And we're making about 8 kilowatt hours per day, which is a pretty fair bit of power.
Yeah.
But we're running like a big freezer, 2 fridges. We're running the Starlink all the time, which takes about 53 watts of power. So that adds up. Got the inverter on, usually, And it all adds up. We do a lot of cooking. All of our cooking is electric. I bought a new little Nespresso machine, so I'm making like probably way too many espressos these days. Kaza drinks tea like it's going out of style, so we're boiling a lot of water.
It's hot. I'm not drinking that much tea.
You're drinking so much tea.
3 times a day. Somebody said I should shave your armpits.
I mean, it's just maybe trim them up a little bit.
What?
That's weird.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Sorry.
What was my first boat? My first boat was a Catalina 22 pop top swing keel sailor trailer cruiser sailor. It was cool. I loved it.
And I had never sailed before I met Brian, so this is my
Delos
first
is
boat.
Kaza's first boat. Let's see here. Oh, how about you do the Swedish one? Vad säger YouTube om du sjunger svenska barnsånger till Sierra? Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah. What does YouTube say if I sing Swedish song, like children's songs to Sierra? I don't know.
You mean like the subtitles or?
Maybe. Do you mean
I think
the
they probably would just put like speaking in not English.
Or
or
they would
foreign
just do
language.
some very random, like the subtitle we saw now on
They
the
weren't
live
great.
stream.
You gotta
was
figure out what's
like,
going on with the subtitles.
instead of Colin, it said Holland, and I was like, what?
What? Holland?
So they would probably just like do some random subtitles, I would guess. But yeah, I do see. So I do speak Swedish to Sierra when it's just like
She
us.
is fluent in both.
Yeah, so not like in the videos because I cannot handle subtitling myself all the time.
Yeah.
So that's not happening. So when I film, I speak English, but on the side I do. So she understands both completely, which is cool.
All right, Isaac says, if someone has a week in Tahiti, what are the best places to go or things to, in your opinion? Whoa. If you have a week, well, then you might as well come into Tahiti, and then you can even jump on the ferry here to Moorea. It's a little smaller island, a little bit less crowded than Moorea, less going on. Beautiful beaches, beautiful reef, beautiful water. It's a lot to offer. I think with a week, you wouldn't really be able to make it out to the Tuamotus or Marquesas because there's just not enough time. But you can find plenty to do right here. I just heard that one of our friends is flying back from here to LA round trip. He found a ticket for $470.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
It's cheap, huh?
Wow.
I mean, it's like a lot of flying, but
Yeah.
that was on
How does the
Air France.
fruit last in that heat? Well, I only really keep
It
out
lasts
like
until Kaza eats it.
I only really keep out like apples and oranges and stuff, but it lasts for quite a while. I don't feel like it goes bad that fast in the heat. Maybe apples and stuff last for like 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time. And the mangoes, I mean, there's a lot of fresh stuff here. So we're getting mangoes, we're getting pamplemousse.
Yeah, the mangoes is just coming
avocados,
into season. But when the mangoes
fruits.
go like ripe, you have to put it in the fridge straight away.
Yeah. We're good at eating them though.
Yes.
How is Brady doing, and will he be joining anytime soon? So Brady and Blue are doing amazing.
Yeah.
They have their boat Lentica, who is currently in the Sea of Cortez, and they're setting up their new sailing season. So they're so busy running their business right now, and during the summer they're doing their sailing school in Lake Tahoe, and then during the winter they're doing their offshore cruiser sailing school in Mexico. So you can check out what they're doing. I think that they're just releasing their new season right now. So if you go to Cruisers Academy website, you can check out what their upcoming program is and sign up to sail with Brady and Blue, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, they're doing really good.
Brittany Ruddick, what advice would you give to aspiring cruisers, and what advice would you give about buying a boat specifically?
Ooh.
Wow.
It's a big question.
It is a big question. There's a lot there.
I would say maybe just like, I don't know, if you don't know anything about sailing, maybe do some sailing even on smaller boats. Like dinghies, like even smaller kind of just to
Dinghy
get...
sailing is key to up
like,
your skills. But let's say that you're a proficient sailor and specifically about getting a cruising boat.
Oh.
I would say there's a tendency to get more boat than you need. And I think people just assume that you need a massive, fancy boat. Delos, I was in that boat, so to speak. You know, when I moved out of my house, I felt like I needed the absolute biggest boat because I was going from a 3-bedroom, house to a boat, and I felt like I needed all this room for things. And it turns out that Delos is usually one of the bigger boats, and all the anchorages we go to, most boats are for monohulls, certainly in the 40-foot range, and it's perfect for people. I think it's better to go a little bit on the budgety side so that you worry less about money if that's a constraint. I don't even know where to begin with that question. It's just there's so much there.
Yeah. I think that's a good start though.
Yeah.
Could probably talk about
it also
that
depends on what type of think about what type of sailing you want to do. Because the requirements for sailing across the Pacific to French Polynesia are incredibly different than coastal sailing around like Florida or the East Coast or somewhere in the Caribbean where you can stick to one island, or you might be doing afternoon or maybe one overnight sail versus 20-day offshore passages. Those are two totally different requirements for boats. So if you're going to do coastal cruising, then you can get a boat that is meant for coastal cruising.
I also want to mention too, like if you did watch the premiere, or did you watch our last video here with Colin, if you do want to watch the other one straight away, it's on Patreon right now. So we release our videos ad-free 1 week early on Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/svdelos, and you can watch the videos ad-free 1 week early there. I just want to mention that.
That's a good mention. Let's see. What temperature does your cabin average? What is tolerable for you guys before needing AC?
Well, we can tolerate a lot, not that we necessarily are comfortable. But I wouldn't say that we ever like run the AC like all the time. Not even
Sometimes
in
when
the
we have dance
test.
parties, we run the AC.
Yeah, or like if you're eating dinner with
And it's
people or
raining and
something.
you want to make it
But
comfortable for people.
it's never that we just like run it all the time.
No, it just
not even
does-
in Asia where it was like so hot. It's not really
Really-
work. Like it doesn't really work.
The only time we run the AC is when we're at the dock, really. And
Yeah.
we're plugged into the dock and we can use
Yeah.
that. Yeah. How often do you clean out the bilge sump? We think it's even worse than any toilet job on RML. The answer is I do it as least often as possible. I think the last time I did it was, wow, when did I do it last? 3 years ago, maybe?
Wow. Ugh.
We try not to put food down it.
Yeah.
It's just water. And sometimes I'll throw a little bit of soap in there and it kind of
The
like
gray
swishes
water
around.
is like
The gray
almost
water is
worse
disgusting.
than poop. Well,
Yeah.
you don't like the poop either, but yeah.
Are there too many cruisers now that it's become popular?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, in this anchorage right now, there's about 40 boats. It's
a
one
lot
of
of
the
people.
most popular ones here.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of room for everybody. Everybody's super friendly. Everybody's just hanging out. People are very kind. And
I think it's great.
in what port did Kaza join SV Delos? And is she looking forward to her circumnavigation?
Ooh. Yeah, so I will be actually, so I first went on Delos, or I met Brian in New Zealand, and then I was still studying in Australia, so I went back and forth to Delos a lot. So I've like flew into Vanuatu, or Fiji, sailed to Vanuatu, and then I flew back. So I was kind of just like back and forth. So where I actually started, I flew out to the Solomons, and then I like never left Delos. Like then I've done all the passages since then and all the sailings. So I would really finish my circumnavigation in the Solomon Islands, which is kind of a random place.
Is it something that means a lot to you to do?
Not really.
No.
I mean, it's like it would be really cool to do it, but I wouldn't like just sail like just need. It's not like I need to finish that in that on Delos.
Yeah, so do you think it still counts as a circumnavigation if you do it on two separate boats?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't know.
I think. I
Does
mean,
it?
it does. I think it does, right?
I mean, you've sailed around the world.
Like
I
if we
guess.
would sail here in, let's say, a
So-
different
some
boat.
people
and
say
then-
it's not a circumnavigation unless you go by the three big capes and you do it nonstop. But I think that's a circumnavigation by way of the Great Capes nonstop.
So I can say that I've done a circumnavigation
On
in
two different
boats.
Absolutely.
That seems, yeah. Anyways, that would be the answer. I don't know.
Oh,
Decide.
we got a little bonus. Somebody gave us a little bonus. Thank
Aw.
you for sending that to us. We're going to answer your question right away. Let's see. Will Frida and Max return to SV Delos?
Oh, I don't know. I hope so at some point.
They're doing really
So
well.
yeah, they're doing super well. I actually chatted to Frida the other day, and yeah, they have 2 kids, and they're actually yeah, bought a little summer
Stallion
house.
78 is the person's name.
Oh.
Thank you, Stallion 78.
Yeah.
I love your name.
They actually bought a little summer house very close to my mom's house in Sweden. So I think we'll meet them a little bit more often, and hopefully the kids can get to know each other.
Mhm.
And yeah, that would be amazing. I miss them.
I miss them too. Crazy Horse. Concerning your mental health, how do you cope, and what stress releases do you do to combat mental health issues?
Yeah, mental
Especially
health.
with a 4-year-old toddler on a sailboat
Yeah,
when the weather is bad and raining and you can't go outside.
it's hard. I'm in general, I think, quite a anxious person in a lot of ways. So I need alone time, which can be very hard too. I do feel like we're a very good team. We both have our moments where we just like feel extremely overwhelmed.
We
You,
communicate really well.
yeah, you more like, I feel like when you do that, like you need to go out and get like exercise
I need
or
to get physical activity. Like when I start
Yeah.
to feel anxious, I'll like get off the boat. Now I just go like foiling. I like to do kiting,
Yeah.
swimming, that
Is it
sort of
still
stuff.
going?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, and for me, like sometimes I feel like I do need to chat to somebody, or like, you know, just like get that time when I'm like just my own person. I feel like having a child can sometimes feel like you're always kind of like second, right? And to go out and do stuff when you're your own person is like, yeah, it's nice. I don't really know how to describe it, but definitely important, and definitely something that I feel like we constantly need to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a log of how many miles we've sailed on Delos?
You do, right?
Yeah. Last time I checked, if you include Brady's trip where he took Delos across to Europe and back, it was 82,000 miles.
Okay.
And now we've sailed all the way up to Sea of Cortez, and then all the way back down, and then all the way across the Pacific. So probably between 85 and 90,000 miles. I'd say that's a fair bit of miles to put on a sailboat.
Yeah.
She's still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you ever rewatch your old videos for nostalgia, Miss Baldhib?
Oh, cringe.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I can watch it, and sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Like, I don't know. It's like too much cringe for me.
I watched one not too long ago.
Yeah, we do it sometimes for fun, just like sitting around and doing it. But yeah, it's a little bit. I don't know, it's a bit awkward.
You're gonna have to read this one. It's another donation. It's in Swedish.
Okay, fun to see you. I'm just translating. Fun to see you like compete against Colin. Sierra. Oh, you're all done. Okay, Sierra is so sweet, and she seems to like it on the boat. And it's not a question. It's just like a cue. Brian is really handy, and yeah, have a fun time.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Super sweet.
So we're about 52 minutes in. I wonder if we should probably
wrap
get
up.
going.
Yeah.
It's time to start the day. It is
Be back
9:20.
And it's on a Sunday.
It's not raining. It is
Sunday
Sunday fun
fun
day.
day.
What do you want to do today, Sierra?
Eat.
You want to eat? Do you want to come up and say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah.
Come
We're
on
gonna
up.
maybe
Come
take
on
a
up.
hike today.
Yeah, I'd love to go hiking.
Yeah.
Do you want to go
Air,
hiking?
it's all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Wait,
come
we
here.
can't see you.
We can't see you. Whoa! Okay, look it. So right now there's almost 2,000 people watching. That's pretty
that's
cool,
so
huh?
cool.
There's a lot of people out
Thank
there.
you guys so much for tuning in, and this was a
appreciate
lot of
all
fun.
you do.
Let us know if you want us to do more of these.
I'd like
because
to
I
know
feel
how
like
the
it worked.
quality was, because I was wondering if it
Yeah.
would drop out or not, if there's any pausing or buffering.
And also like
so let
how
us know.
seamless the transition was between like
Mom, how about?
like here and like the premiere, and then going into the live stream.
Yeah, we'd like to know that.
Yeah.
And if you're just joining us for the live stream and you haven't seen the first episode of the race that we had with Parlay Revival, please go watch it. Kirill did a fantastic job with the edit, and we're super proud of it.
Yeah.
And then the next video that we've released on patreon.com/SV Delos is up there right now if you want to check that out. It's available up there with 0 ads, 0 promotions. And all the comments from the premiere,
Yeah.
they sort of like go away.
No, not the premiere, from the live.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah. Episodes and so the lives.
We'll scratch what I said.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
So all the comments here on the live stream will unfortunately get deleted, I think, because that's how
YouTube works.
Both.
Yeah. But that's it.
Yeah. But leave a comment on the actual episode, please. If you're wondering
and like
something.
it if you like it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, also don't like it, because that also is engagement and it also helps us. Okay, so can you say goodbye, Sierra?
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Love you.
Love you. Oh, can you say miss you?
Miss you.
See ya.
Love you.
See ya.
Love you.
Love you. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
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 How do we end this thing?
Oh, I don't know.
Where'd the end button go?
Oh, so many comments coming in.
Nice.
Love you.
End. Bye.